Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ins and Outs. I feel like I've said that quite a few times today. the great Ryan Brierley is here with us. Quite funny actually, Ryan's just left this morning. We did some filming this morning. Sam tells me not to put a date on it because we don't know when to put it out. But you've just had to run to Leeds, emergency, because Ken Seo's lost his keys.
Yeah, I thought he put his keys in my glove box. I was like, I didn't even check, to be honest. So I just drove there then, opened glove box. So looking around everywhere, all that. So you think, because a lot of other players are there, Tompkins, Michael Lewis.
This is the IMG.
The IMG one, the big,
wow.
the big launch.
Can't wait.
Big launch, and so Ken Seals thinks all lads taking piss out of him, thinking you'd nick my keys, but they actually hadn't.
And no one has.
No one actually has.
And the rumour is the Uber's the most expensive Uber in the country.
Don't get an Uber from Leeds to Manchester. 140 quid.
£140 for lads having a wind-up. If he has lost the keys,
yeah, it's an expensive wind-up.
It's an expensive wind-up, isn't it? Ken will be throwing bombs, I think, if he finds out if somebody's done it. Right, first of all, tell us a little bit about the IMG thing. We're going to do the Salford ins and outs.
Yeah.
You're the first player we've ever asked to do that, so hopefully you're privileged to be among it. Give us a bit. We spend the day on this show wanting IMG to come from behind the curtain and show this. Have they shown us today?
Yeah. When I first came in, I was like, I saw that launch and you were about to hammer it, weren't you? And I was like, nah, it was actually the best it's ever been. I've been to, 2 or 3 of them?
Yeah.
But for me, it was the first time it's been ran by the fellow mentioned before, Joe Gardner, who runs all the, give me a bit of toffee now because he's going to get me on commentary, isn't he? So, but he runs the Channel 4 production, so he chooses the talent, so your Luke Gale, Sam Tompkins, when you get them on and do the presenting, Helen Skelton, all the people who on Channel 4 he goes out and chooses essentially. But his business was outsourced by IMG today to put that production on. So without kind of giving it away too much, the technology used was like the best they've ever used.
Wow. So
the camera they used, they had to rent it for the day, $7,000. And it's like a robot camera, and it's the same camera they used for the Harry Kane launch, where it's like the robotic one where he shoots and it's like slow mo and all that.
Wow.
But they did that for every player, so it wasn't just your Sam Tompkins, Jai Field, and then alt rest. Go and have a coffee in there. Every player had to do something specific to you. So they knew my celebration. It was like, do your celebration when you do that.
Wow.
So I think that's brilliant. Like that's research amazing. What goes into. That's what's trademarked for you. And Cruz Lehman did his salute, and it's class, isn't it? That's brilliant.
Oh my God!
And there's a good shot. It's there's a runway where we're all there, and drone goes above your head with all smoke and lights, and that is brilliant. Really, really good.
IMG, you're back. The full 80, you're back. We're not hammering you no more, son. You've done the Wizard of Oz. You've finally got the curtain open. We're going to see a taste of it. And you know what? I've said it from the start. I will absolutely love it if you change our game. I'm the first to challenge you. I'll be the first to give you every credit. We need you more than ever. Let's hope this is a massive success. And what we talked about earlier on in the show, Ryan, let's hope IMG are the missing key to making the profiles of these young players.
Yeah, and also with that Joe Gardner, he's young, he's energetic. He wants the modern stuff. He don't want the Sweet Caroline. He wants the modern gangster Drake.
Joe, if you've been reading my book over the years or so, you'll get every idea you can get. So feel about everything else, just watch Showbeat, you'll see. He said that 5 years ago, yeah. Right, we've got a very exciting job to do because, like I said, I'm quite excited to hear a player's view of this. And I'm going to ask you to come out of your comfort zone. By the way, Ryan's on his left hand. I've made him a salad chicken and a lot, so
outstanding.
That's how you look after players.
Mary's made it. He's not made it.
That's how you look after players. So we've got the ins and outs. Now, Salford, I'll build this up. Salford, did they overachieve last year, Ren?
Yeah.
They overachieved
massively.
Last year.
Massively.
Is that based on Watson took them right up there and everyone started to believe? Rich Marshall came in and it didn't quite work. Rolls went in there and all of a sudden he's lifted it again. As the best signing Salford have been in the last couple of years, Paul Rowley?
Yes. But I'm not just purely coaching point of view, as a restructuring the whole club.
Got you.
I think you got when Watson left, you got to think about the players.
And he took 2 or 3 of the best.
Yeah, and
Jackson
Hastings was the best player in the league. So obviously Jackson went. Obviously Tuilagi here went. Lee, the big thing what it was probably undersold a lot of time was the experience in the pack what left. So Lee Mossop, Flanagan, Josh Jones, Tyrone McCarthy.
What about the Catalans guy?
Gil Dudson. Full pack.
Wow.
Gone.
Wow.
But that never gets mentioned. He just gets mentioned about Jackson Hastings,
Genius.
doesn't it? And then Jake Bibby, he left. Obviously went to England. So Watson's team was dismantled really. So that the year after would always be what you mentioned about Rolls probably picked the right time.
No doubt.
Smart.
Richard picked the wrong time.
Yeah. Rolls
massively.
went. I'll wait. Because they wanted Rolls to have the job then.
I can remember.
And he was like, nah, not for me. Not for me. And what he's had to do is restructure. If you know, I said when I first went in there, I know the type of player Rolls liked and the one what works and what's successful for Rolls. And I knew it'd take 3 transfer windows, 3 years of squad
to get what he wanted.
Yeah, this is his second year, and we're slowly moulding now. So again, that's why I say we overachieved last year massively.
Wow.
I always believed going there and Rolls would be successful. That was really quick for me. I'm like, what? Because I was excited in the playoffs. I was like, how goes this? We might win a grand final. But I was more excited for the years to come.
What's the success for Salford this year?
Tough on that because I think I said it before, didn't we? You've got to judge this sport and any team through your salary cap, haven't you? Because it's a salary cap sport. 100%. So, of course, avoiding relegation success for Salford.
Yes.
And I don't want to downplay that.
I get it.
That's the reality of it.
It's a cliche thing to do in rugby league, isn't it? But you're not doing that.
Yeah, that's just the reality because of the cap, what we spend to others.
Yeah.
So, but then, Paul, like I do, he's ultra competitive.
Yep.
And we want to win every game. And the players we've got, that, especially me, I was texting you after the Saints game when we got beaten in the semi. It hurt that.
Yeah.
I've never been as gutted after a game.
Yeah.
And even every day now, think about it and go, was that my chance? Was that my chance?
Yeah, I get it.
And every day in pre-season now.
It's on your head.
Yeah. Hurts big time. So,
did you think you played? Well, that
Brody and Acker's going missing. Obviously, Brody couldn't play. Acker's got knocked out first 2 minutes. That was massive for us. Yeah. We'd been so lucky in keeping our spine fit.
Yeah.
All the way through the season, and that happened, and I was like, and what I will say to be fair to Saints, that first 40 minutes was the most intense I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. It was
unbelievable.
They looked massive.
Yeah. They
looked fast. I was going, what is this? I thought we got in at half time. It was 13-6 down. I'm going, I don't even know how we're even in the game. I thought I'd been beat up for 40 minutes.
Gailey, I can remember Gailey playing him 1 year at Cass. It would have been after 17, it might have been just probably 19, 20. And he said he was shell-shocked. I said, what's the matter? And he exactly the same. He said, do you know what? He said, if they get you early, he said, it's like being in a washing machine, you can't get your hands out. He said, it was like, we can't do all about it. We're spinning. We don't know what's going on because it's that fast, they're that big, they're that strong. And then they kick into corners and defend. What's happened?
That's why it was shell-shocked.
You're walking in at our time and you're 30-0 down and you're looking up and going, what has just happened? I can remember him saying there's nothing you can do when they get you in that. If you can't stop that in first 10, because I actually said to Gilly, if you look deeper than that, they'd sussed a bit of the old 1, 2, 3 thing. Tommy Watt first winger who regular came into that type of yardage, and I've never seen no one run. He runs his size better than anybody.
Yeah, madness.
Then on the back of that, you had Percy, who was just poor lad if his body's, I hope he stays there, but he's absolutely put his body where human beings. Then you've probably got Walmsley on third. Walmsley, everyone said to me, Walmsley, no, Walmsley clever. He usually picks that third.
Yeah, smart,
and he's heading towards back rowers. He's thinking, he'll go in middle then and do his bit, but usually that. So I said, if they've got you 2, 3, and then you've got a pick and roll off ropes, or maybe hitting a lead on a back rower. But they inject it into you that quick. And that thing, you know, and then which is when I went to watch them live last year, and I say this to everybody, get a chance to go to Saints and watch it, and I did it. Sat there, Warrington, with Shane, and I looked at Shane at 20 minutes, I went, these are enjoying defence more than attack. I said, this is scary. This is a game changer. I never watched any other team in history enjoy defence as much as what they did. And it was like just flying off the lines, and everyone, and then when they got knock on, and the Saints.
Love it.
Oh, marching in. The crowd knew. The crowd were part of the defence. They were loving the defence. So they knew that, you know what, Ryan, after 3 sets, they knew they'd get a knock on. Didn't after 10 sets, they knew game over.
Yeah, try.
I was sat there looking around, I said, is this over? They went, it's over.
Yeah.
It's game over. They've ripped the guts of Warrington. They've caused 3 or 4 knock-ons.
I remember the grand final against Leeds. First set Saints had. Didn't throw anything at Leeds. Bit of a lead, down a short side, carry, and they finished the ball in the corner. Didn't even get a drop out, just got tackled in the corner. They all turned around and went,
yes.
Here we go.
I know, it's
and
scary,
I was like, but all Leeds fans were buzzing that they kept it out. Yeah. Like Leeds right, I'm going, oh no.
You've had it here.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Morgan Knowles, Leeds, bang, I'm going, you should still want it there.
It is.
They'd rather not have the ball.
Jimmy's just said, in that seat, when Dodsey got the injury, everyone thought, oh my God, I'm going to play with 1 half back. It didn't make any difference. And I'm saying that respectfully. It makes a difference as in Lewis is that good, he'll make him a better player.
Yeah.
But it did make a difference to him winning the title. And simply because the systems are that good, and me and Andy talk a lot, Dodsey's dad talk all the time about it. They put Wellesby in, they put Roby in. I was like, And all of a sudden everything stays as it is. And then, you know, they put that young Benson, is it?
Benson, yeah.
Benson, he comes along, starts to look a player by the end of the year, you're going, oh my God, they've done it again. But it's so interesting because you mentioned your semis, I think against how can a Salford, and we're talking about yous now, you've been in a semi-final and a final in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably, is that a bigger achievement than Saints winning 5? Is that on the par? If you think about it, is that on the par? Getting in a final and a semi-final and a grand final behind a 1.65 gap. It's breathtaking when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, but you got to win it, haven't you? You got to win it. Like, I don't think Luke Gale sits in this chair.
Can you ever win it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, on the back of that game, the Saints game, you got to think we was. Without Brodie Croft, without Andy Ackers, been pummeled for 60 minutes. We then go the other end and score a try. We're 13-12 with 20 minutes to go. And they get a man sin bin. Tommy Makinson gets sin binned.
Yep.
That last 15 minutes from us was horrendous. Attack.
Were you that tired?
Probably. Just head's gone.
Yep.
No composure in what we did.
It.
Like, you got to think Tommy Makinson was the right winger.
Yeah.
We kept going right.
Yep.
The opposite way to where Tommy had just come off.
Yeah.
And again, that's just head noise, heat of the moment.
Yep.
So will we be better for that? Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be better for it next time it comes. I still think, looking back now, could we have done things better in the first half? Yeah, we missed the jump. We missed the jump on them. They got us. They got the jump on us. But for me, Saints are never going to change the way they play. They're going to match you physically. I remember speaking to James Bell after it, and he said, coming off the pit, before the game, the preview, all there was, don't worry about attack, defence. They never had a game plan for attack.
Do you know what they did that day when I watched them live, and I've watched them a lot on telly, is that one of the only clubs, if they get, other than somebody if they don't allow anybody to get a quick ruck because they'll get penalty away.
Yeah, they don't mind.
They're not bothered.
and they all lump on.
They all lump on.
Like 4 or 5 and boom.
You're like, what? So you're not bothered that everyone else in games say, don't let 6 again, don't let 6 again. So you're all going, listen, let's try and we don't want more than so and so penalties.
Yeah.
They're saying, no, not bothered, because we'd rather have a penalty than you get a roll on us and put field position on us. Because our system and our computer doesn't work if you stick us it. You get me?
Because and like, what would be the downfall with us? We want to come at you when we catch the ball. Yeah. So they kick it to us.
Yeah.
I catch it. how can we score?
Yeah.
That's our focus. When I catch that ball, how can we score a try?
Straight off the first carry.
When I judge who's going to kick the ball, I go, right, so he's going to kick the ball, which means he's not going to be on the kick chase, which means that wing is going to tighten up, so I need to go to that side because there's space to be over there. So if you think...
I always thought you just tossed it to...
Oh, you probably. Yeah, but if they're that close. So I always try and find out who their kickers are. And so if you notice, probably a little bit deep here, but the try I scored in the semi, Lomax actually duffed the kick, which meant he was at marker, which meant he wasn't in the defensive line where he should have been.
Got it.
So
you got a number down there.
They had a number down, and they had Joe Batchelor, Conrad Earl, Meganson on that edge. Yeah. So it was a foot race between me and Batchelor. Yeah. So I got to Conrad Earl, Laffey, Burgess down the wing, try. That sort of stuff in the first half. Lomax gets his kick away, puts it in that corner. They all jump on me. 4-5, stopped.
It's
done. So then Kenzie second, one of them shit carries. Morgan knows, lead.
Do you know what? Does that tell you, right? That, in deep rugby, if they'd rather give a penalty away than you'll get quick rug, is that what they're saying is re-engage, yeah? So you get a penalty, you don't do a quick tap a lot of times, you'll kick to touch and you'll start and set again. But they've had time to regroup. Yeah, they're that confident in their defence once they've regroup that their structure works.
Once they're set as a 12 line.
As a 12.
Sweet.
That's it. So they're saying as long as we're all in rope,
you can't break us.
You can't break us. Yeah. But if that rope is done by quick rope,
disjointed quick rope,
bang, penalty, stay on. Yeah. Right, I've got you. Got it. So I've always wondered, what advantage then I'm listening to that is there's that much confidence in their rope.
Because in Arrow's different. If you give a penalty away in the 40, you actually get a penalty we can kick to touch.
Got you.
So that'd be different. I reckon Saints have to alter that. If you give actually a proper penalty away, you can kick to touch. Yeah. I've never liked the 6 again. Never liked it. No. Penalty's a penalty. And what I don't like about it is there's no accountability on the refs. So it's never a big call when the ref goes 6 again. Yeah. But in the context of the game, it might be.
Of course.
If you're 12-0 and you're going 6 again,
it's a killer.
You got to spend another set. But no one says.
And we did
ref, you're wrong there. What do you mean?
We did a programme with a ref a couple of years ago. And we actually got it on with ref. And do you know what, Ryan? I was so shocked. And it was brilliant, by the way. But I was so shocked at how much personality he put on his decisions, in my opinion. You could hear him talk. If he mentioned something, I was like, he goes, yeah. And I thought, oh, God, he would definitely be capable of going, mate, you're moaning in me here. I don't like the way you are. 6 again, bang. Or a team of what? If he's feeling momentum's going one way and there's reasons, I think that it's a real... You're right when you said the 6 again allows that to be quick and no one goes back and says, why did you give 6 again there if you don't want me asking? Yeah. You wouldn't be allowed to do that.
We don't have the time, do you?
No.
So there's no accountability on the ref to go, no, I've given this decision because of this. Game's still going, so you can't. You don't have that chance.
And fatigue. This is what we said yesterday on the programme. Fatigue. Dilute skill.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. There's nobody in the world can tell me that. I watched that video the other day and I was like, wow, fatigue, dilute skill. You're tired and you've just defended a couple of back, 6 to 6, 6 again. You roll them upfield, you get ready. And all of a sudden you're thinking, are you kidding me? I'm not going to have the ability to go and catch. You're not about this perfect catch and pass. That's why when you get trained, you do a lot of skills in fatigue. No wonder.
Yeah, you have to.
No wonder, because the new rules are telling you there's no way that is Powley's worst nightmare with that rule. I'll tell you now. Yeah, and I called it. When we saw the new rule, I rang up and I said to it, might have been Little Macca. I says, oh my God, what is Powley going to do here? Yeah. Powley had scored the most tries from penalties.
Yeah, set starts, shape, structure. And it was something what we struggled with at the start of the season. We kept relying on our shape to beat people. Oh, it was only when we actually went, you know what? Brodycroft, run. Make a break.
That's what everyone needs to do.
So everyone just stays around the minute and just beats people. So it's mad now. Like, so Danny Maguire's era, where all they did was beat people one-on-one. That'd be brilliant.
Back to that, innit?
Back to that. Because Rolls is similar. He likes to put this shape on, I'm going to put this play on. He's not got time anymore.
No.
So Rolls has had to change, which again, the compliment is how he's adapted to that on the go.
the guy at Keighley came here for a coaching masterclass. The coach at Keighley.
Reese Lovegrove.
I never met Reese. I got into it. Like Smart and Matrix. I was listening to it. And I'm saying, why don't they do this? And I'm asking him, I'm throwing all sorts at him with Archo, and he goes, and Rowan Smith said it as well. Don't wait for the play, it's there.
Yeah.
Powley historically brought a system in that waited for the play. Bang, bang, bang. Milo saw the number. He tips out, it's on. Full back, bang. He's saying, no. It can be there on first, second, third, fourth, or fifth.
Yeah.
The system is that every play there's a chance. So if you see something because you've got it, take it, don't wait. And he's saying that's how they promoted the ball last year at Champ 1. And I said, yeah, but good luck with that. Some championship in mud when they're going to be Dane Manning and the boys are waiting for you. You know what I mean? I said, that, if you can do that in that, because it's a big jump up. But what he said was right, Ryan. He's saying the way the game is on fatigue and fitness and speed is that you've got to historically take your chance. Do you know how many times, I don't know if you answer, this is a question for you. Do you know when you come out of yardage sometimes and you as a fullback check left, right? And you've got centre wing. You've got 3-on-2, but it's on second. And it's coming out of yardage. Do we not trust our skill to put that, knowing that if you go, say if you set off there, then step out, you've got one ball and you know he's free. And Wakey did it to Leeds twice. Did it to Leeds on Boxing Day. And they took it. And I was like, wow, is this the new way they're going to take that? Whereas our wingers have not been allowed to stay out wide and do that for years. It's like, oh, don't get caught. Make sure you come in. Gailey don't like it as an half-back, having to start set there if it don't come off. Do you know what I mean? They hate it, don't they?
We don't have yardage and good ball. That's our style. That's what we do. So if Brody wants to put a play on in his own 5 meters, we play it.
Wow.
So and that 4v2, 3v2, 4v1. The big thing, isn't it? Oh, get on front foot first. Get us a win.
Yeah.
Get us forward. That's the best one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just get us forward.
Get us forward.
No. Just make it quick.
Got you.
Make it quick so then we can put our play on. So, roles big roles things. This. So if we threw that pass, went to touch, and Gailey be blowing up, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Rolls like no. Sort your pass out.
Yeah.
Throw it. But if it's not up money, I'm going to blow your legs off.
And even if the winger got caught, like say if your winger got caught there and then they've had to do a set and then Gailey's had to run 50 metres to come back and do this.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned Gailey had moan like, oh, that's it. Oh, lads.
Yeah.
Powley's system, well, that never happened.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Do you get me?
This is where I think good coaches have got to come into it, where they go, all right. So we finish over there on that right touch line. So Gailey's left side of the field. Gailey's got to now run 50 yards, go and get the ball, last tackle, kick off sideline, got 3 back, kick pressures, going, my God. Well, get him a +2 option then.
Yeah.
Get him out of trouble. And you know what? If +2 gets in trouble, +3.
Got you.
And if the winger then still stays back, pass it again, and you'll make 60 yard anyway.
I've got it.
If he comes up, put it in that
so
corner.
Promote the ball at all times.
You've got to move it. You've got to move, because you know more than anyone, all the players what you have would say the same thing. Just kick it. Just kick it.
Yeah.
Defenders are going,
always.
Oh, just kick it. Don't come here.
Yeah.
Don't shift on us. Don't do that.
It's a bit like Pep at Man City came in, said the best form of defence attack, keep the ball.
Keep it.
So he's not allowed any centre half to go. We used to watch him. Boom. I played 15 years. I've never seen a fullback or a centre half not just drill it into channel. Yeah. It's be called channel ball. You'd be like that.
Yeah.
If you got anything in the 50 metre zone, trouble, boot it. Just get
rid of it. Clear lines.
Fast and high as you
Clear
can.
lines.
That's like rugby, isn't it now? Yeah. It's like saying, well, dare you play under pressure? Where Pep said, even if you've got this, play us out of there, play us out there. If Rugby League took that and said, are you prepared to play us out of that?
Yeah.
By trusting your skill.
So it's the perfect comparison, that. Yeah. That's how I compare it, because new lads who come into Salford, they're a bit...
Yeah, but it is.
Straight away they go,
daunting.
What? Play there. Let's just trust it, because so I compare it to that. No matter how much pressure Man City's defenders are under,
doesn't matter, does it?
And if they dared boot it long,
God,
Pepper gone mad, wouldn't it? He gone mad. And
is that Rolls?
Well, even if it went to Haaland's feet, he don't like it.
No chance.
No, you play out of there. I'm giving you the confidence, and if the keeper gets done and you score, he takes it, doesn't he?
100%.
Rolls is the same. He said, if you want to pass it in your own goal and put a play on your own, is there a rule you can't pass it in there?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to pass it in there. What?
Wow.
Because we played Swinton in a pre-season behind closed doors last year, and was on our own try line, and I was in the in goal. Brody was on the try line, and we're going to play a little block play out there. And Brody went, nah, carry. He went, oh, you get sent off for that if you pass a ball and you're on in goal. Brody been at Melbourne.
Wow.
Brisbane.
Wow.
Imagine Craig Bellamy saying that.
Yeah, attacks, wasn't there?
And so Brody had to trigger his own brain and go, right, I have the confidence to play it.
Yeah.
Because then, I'll tell you what, I know exactly what happened. If Brody would have got the ball, passed out the back to me, and I got smothered and thrown in Rowe's head, Rose would have gone, not bothered. Wow. Don't bother. Like, drop out and defend it.
That's so exciting,
it's
isn't it?
madness,
I'm at Salford this year, right. I'm at Salford this year. Give us your hints.
So, first one, Ollie Partington. I think he's probably the biggest name we've brought in, isn't he, of the, 6 of them there. Do you want me to go through them all?
Yeah, them all, and give a little opinion on each one.
So, Ollie Partington, I think a big issue for us was our middle last season, especially early on, because they just didn't nail the role right, and there was Rolls and Aggie was on to them all the time about the role. And I think the level of improvement from the middle, especially your Jack Ormeroyd's King, has been massive, unbelievable. But I think Ollie, in terms of his ball playing ability as well, we're going to shift the ball, so his ball playing ability, and I said before, the toughness, the detail, energy, young, British. Brilliant. I just think it's the perfect fit what we needed. I remember I knew he was in for him late last year, and we played Wigan away at home, and he had a bit of a scuffle with one of our players. So I'm cuddling around. I'm not going to get him more than that. So I've got him. I said, "Come on, sign for us." He's like red face, just calming down. Come on, sign for us. I was buzzing when he signed because I just think that's what we need. I think we needed someone, especially from that Wigan system, who've again been coached the right way. Yep. And still hungry. Still a big point to prove, hasn't he?
Big point to prove.
And he's a Wigan lad. So I think he'll be massive for us. We got asked before at the launch about breakout year, and I chose him. I think he'll have a massive breakout year for us. Sam Stone, I played with him at Lee, and again, you can tell people come from good systems, so NRL system, and he's not. I like players who come over from the NRL who are not flash players, because all they do is work hard for you. Yeah. And he's the same. I can't play with him and think, well, you don't really know if he's had a good or bad game, because you don't get caught out. If that makes sense. You don't get caught out. So all the little things, again, detail. Adam Sidlow came from Lee. He's one of Rolls' boys who we trust massively. Big body, probably the biggest body we've got. Again, something we struggled with if we can't go round teams.
See, that we talked back with 12KR 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. You like him, don't you?
You know it.
Rolls likes him, and he's a big body, ultimate professional. Going to cause you no drama, and we needed bigger bodies.
Yep.
And even with Ollie's not massive, really. So we actually do need size in that. So he's struggling with a bit of injury at the moment, Adam Sidlow, so hopefully he'll be right for the start of the season. But I think he'll be good for us in terms of just his pure physicality. Yeah. Because sometimes you just, when you play the style we play, you need to account for everyone. And when he's got the ball and he's that big, you've got to account for him at the line. 2-3 defenders have got to account for him.
I also think, do you think when you get a Walmsley, you get let's say Leeds have got Mick and Tetavana, 115, 16 kilo, whatever it is now. And then you've got probably every club, you probably need your own big man. Yeah. Now, whether that, do you know what I mean? Just to sometimes weigh up and say, you know what?
And a bit, especially with like him and Ollie. Yeah. To be a bit like your Morgan or your Leeds, where when it's time to defend, they're going to fly out and you're going, whoa, regardless of any defensive structure you've got, it's still scary having them fly out line and trying to whack you and you're going, oh my God. So you do need a bit of that. I think he provides that for obviously someone he trusts. Ben Ellywell, funny this one because he went to when I played him at Leeds the season before. Ben Ellywell played every minute of every game that Super League season, and he'll be the first one to say not the most talented.
Yeah,
but for me, seeing a guy get the absolute maximum out of his ability. He's massive in terms of what you want to trust in a person, trust in a player, and
super bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, like you can't get enough of them.
He's one player who we were together for 10 years.
Oh,
you didn't know that, did you?
No.
And he'd be the one person I would never have any regrets. When we had the conversation at the end, it was a respectful conversation, and I went to watch him at 16 playing fullback. So which one?
Warrington.
Warrington. And I went to watch him play for an amateur club in Bradford. He was playing fullback cap. I'll never forget him. Yeah. Talked beautiful. And he could play fullback. Yeah, honestly, he was a right player. Tough as teak.
Yeah, tough as well.
Watched him come. Bradford had the problems. Sent him to Warrington. Sent him to Warrington at whatever age. Played in that grand final team with Ben Curry. There were a lot of them. I couldn't believe when he got released. I was absolutely fuming. Every time I probably had words with John and the management, and I said, "What's that about?" Yeah. They dropped him for grand final, put him on bench, and he played outstanding in semi-final at fullback. And they did it because, in my opinion, there were a kid called Jordan Burke.
Yeah. I
love Jordan, by the way, but Jordan were a local lad, Warrington through and through, Ben Bank on. We couldn't believe it. We've then gone, and I've rang Powley. I think we've gone to Featherstone.
Yeah.
So then Powley rings me one day. He's like a brain thing. He went, do you know he said he plays fullback? I could say he plays wing. Yeah, he goes, I think he's going to make a centre. Next, you know, we ring Scotland. He gets in Scotland. He's playing well for Fed. Paddock was Craig. He's capable of playing above this straight away. So I watched him, and then, you know, his career. Always give 100%.
Yeah.
Sent him to London. He had a great time in London. I bet he'd look back and say probably best 2 or 3 years. I set him and Matt Garside lived together for about 4 years. Next thing you know, we're all starting. Can he make a back rower? Do you know? You probably gift for Bennett's. He could probably play for you wherever, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And when I found out he'd signed for Salford, I think Bleasy said something about, and I went, "You couldn't have a better kid." That for me is just.
That's nice, isn't it? Like,
listen, I have absolute total respect. We would not have a bad. I'd have his back with anybody.
Yeah.
It's just that type of kid. My first 2 players I took on, I took about 4. My third would be Ben Ellywell at 16, and a kid called Tom Lillicrop, who was his best mate. Tom Lillicrop. Yeah. Well, they were best mates from Bradford, and they both went, and they were brilliant. So
I think with Benny, it was really good for me when he made his debut at Salford, because we were struggling for bodies, and he weren't getting in at Featherstone last season.
No,
weren't playing, and obviously Kurt Haggerty had him the year before, so reached out and said, "Come here." He was like, "Yeah." And Rolls actually let me present his shirt to him.
Wow.
Because I played with him the year before, and I thought it's a really ironic moment, the fact that he's struggling with Brian McDermott at Featherstone, weren't getting in.
Of course.
And to give him the chance to find his love again back for rugby league, like, alongside me, who've come through the other side a little bit, and it was felt a bit similar, a little bit. And I thought, and when I spoke about Ben, I said, "Listen, he's exactly what epitomises this team of trust, loyalty, in that he'll give you whatever you want."
Ever. And you know, he played it. You know, that he went up. You know, he played for Scotland against you. Played him in Scotland against Kiwis. Ben scored 2 about 3. It would always. People used to say to me, I said, I've never with Benny. He probably yard of pace from being a proper player.
Yeah.
Do you know 1 yard of toe? I keep thinking 1 yard of toe. Benny had been right up there to be able to play.
But it's weird this, because when I talk about the salary cap, him on your salary cap for what he's worth and what he gives you, he's absolute gold, isn't it?
Gold.
Like
gold.
You know it. You're in that.
So it works.
You're in it, aren't you? You're in it. So
I'm Mr. Moneyball. That's how it works.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you can't get enough of them.
Not a chance.
I was like, wow, like he's, and as well, what I will say.
His best mates with Ryan Shaw at Warrington.
Was he?
Two of the biggest nutters. You know.
Sure.
Imagine how lose them 2 a day, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So you've got them two. You've got Bill and Ben. Them two were always together. But I thought at the time, they cost Warrington first year full time 22,000. I were like, sure he could play fullback centre wing, Benny fullback centre wing.
Steal.
I'd have just said, what, both 6'2", both 6'1". Showy had a bit more toe than Benny. Benny was tougher than Showy. Early doors, and I just like, what do you want in a thing that if it had been me, I'd have gone, lad, you're staying here for life. I don't know where you're going to be.
Yeah.
Might be squad number 22, 23, but there's a contract here for you.
No matter when you.
So as we keep you under that 45 grand window, 50 grand.
Yeah.
You're never going to more than that. Love you to bits.
Fine.
But guess what?
And because you know you're safe because no one else is going to come in and give them more than
100%.
that. So you know it's safe. So
not a chance.
So if you're leaving us, we know you ain't going anywhere better.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And what I do like about Rolls is, especially with Ben Halliwell, he said to me when Ben Halliwell left his loan spell, because Rolls had got it when he left. He was just a good lad. I think he played 70 minutes in middle for us. So I think he did 2 weeks, and he said, you know what? I said, I like him, you know. I went, yeah. He said, I want to sign him next year. He went, I'm not really bothered how he plays for the rest of the year, but I like him. He's a good kid. I was like, it just shows, doesn't it? If you're actually a good bloke, you can get you a long way, can't it? Like,
100%.
And that for him, he's got his chance.
But why would you not have somebody like Benny, who's been through all that? Your next player you're going to mention, you've got young Ellis, Longstaff. Ellis has got the world at his feet.
Yeah.
Didn't work at Warrington for whatever reasons. I probably know the reasons because I had Ellis then, by the way. None for you. He's then gone, bang, bang, bang. He's ended up at Salford. He had a great spell at Hull.
Yeah.
He's a try scorer. He reads the game. More Elliot Whitehead than John Bateman, you get me? He can read off you.
Always seems to be scoring off kicks.
You know it. Yeah. I told Gailey that. I said, Gailey, he reads it very quick.
Yeah.
The problem at Warrington, when he's physically big enough to go and carry 15 carries a game and make 130 metres. Probably not. No. But did he have other attributes? In my opinion, he did. He had a tenacity. He's an angry person.
It's tough. Yeah.
Got the old cast. Let's have a rate go at it. But what Ben Halliwell works in with that, because Ben Halliwell, if he watches Ben, and as long as sometimes these young ones you've got to come back a bit.
Yeah.
And Benny stood there putting his. I can just see this scenario. Me and you're at least, I'm Benny, and Benny's putting socks on with holes in. Do you know what I mean? I bet he's classy. I'm not saying.
And Ellis has got Gucci
lovely
socks
old
on.
school. Ellis is looking for Gucci's and telling him he's going to drive his Merc and that. And Benny's going, steady on there, son. I've been there. I want the next big thing at Warrington. Do you know what I mean? I want to be the next thing. Yeah. It's a lovely journey, and I wish change room should be built on that.
I think Ellis, in our changing room in general, will enjoy it. Yeah. He looks like he's enjoying himself. Yeah. I suppose when again, I've never been at a big club ever, but when you're at a big club, you're at a big club. I'm presuming there is a status to uphold.
Yeah.
So if you're rocking in there with, let's say, at Leeds and you're looking at Danny Maguire and Sinfield and you go in there as a young lad, can you, like Ellis was at Warrington, you're Ratchford, you're Widdop, Austins, people like that. Can you be that? Can you be that Ben Halliwell, holes in your socks?
We're not saying you've got holes in your socks.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Can you be that character? Can you be that character? Because I wouldn't be. I'd be thinking, I'm training next to Blake Austin and I can't be rocking up in that.
I suppose it depends. It is a good example at Wigan and Leeds.
If you don't care, you don't care, do you? But
Dodsy's a really confident kid, yeah?
Yeah.
So Lou's a confident kid. But he said a great thing to me. I've got a young player at Saints. I don't give him any names out, right? Every time I get any hands, somebody DMs them. But this kid, he talked about how he saw the Saints system and how Lewis. Do you know what Lewis said to him? And it was fantastic. He said to him, I got there as a young man. Lewis already knew what to do to open the doors for all the pros, to clean them. He knew that he'd been schooled from 11 to be able to walk into that system. And when he was telling the other lad, and again, I'm not going to say his name, he stood there, he's going, and he'd not had the experience. He'd found it daunting. He's gone, hey, I don't talk to nobody. And Lewis is going, but what had come natural to Lewis were not natural to him. So the journeys they both had, and I can have looked at that and said, you've just learnt more off him. Like what I was telling you there, but you said in the little situation, I know it's not natural, Ellis went into Warrington, and I would guess if Ellis were honest with it, he said he probably wanted it all too quick. He's played a game at 17, 18. By the way, he went on and hit it straight away. Yeah. Not many have hit it like he did. But then going and knocking on Coach John said, well, I'm not playing next week.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Unless you're, no offence, unless you're Ben Curry at 18, John Bateman at 18, Morgan Smithies. For me, you can't do that. And even they dared do it.
No.
Smithies had put his head down, look away. He's not that type of kid. Ben Curry put his head down. I think Ellis probably going in and he saw. I think Ellis saw life as simple as I played better than
well.
him.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, but that so and so and he's had 300 games. I'm not bothered. So I'm not. So when he, I
kind of agree though.
Yeah. Well, there's a debate on it.
I agree.
There's a debate on it. There's a debate on it. You're right.
Because I don't like that.
He's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Yeah.
And then you've got Powley coming in, and it's probably Powley's really old school. Values are really old school. It's not new school with Daryl. So Daryl sat there and probably Ellis said, so what squad number am I? I think 26, 28. You probably earn your right to get 20. Ellis like, I played 10 first team, and every time I played, I've been man of match.
You killed it, yeah.
Two different spectrums again. Do you get me? Two different spectrums again of where your coach is probably your man, roles. Probably like,
he'd give it him.
You're right, Ellis. You're playing well. Yeah. You're in. By the way, you're not playing well that way. Yeah. I love it. Rowan Smith, they reckon, will do this. Yeah. They reckon Rowan is no hesitation of who you are and go, sorry, son.
Yeah, roles would go straight for seniors. Straight away. Straight for senior players, not young lads. No, straight for senior players.
Ken. You're making me think more and more about.
He would. Because he said easy to pick on young lad, isn't it? Easy to pick on young lad.
We've said it.
31. Yeah.
There's bordering a bit of, do you know what? There's a bordering a bit of, I'm not going to use the word because I'm not, it's in PC world now, we all get told off for saying, oh, that's thingy, but bordering on historically a little bit of intimidation. You know, the coach like,
I don't like it.
I dare say this to a 32-year-old, but I'll blather that 21-year-old, and that'll send a message. They don't actually, older pros in my thing, and I've had a lot of them, will go, I don't like what he did to Young'un.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been a few coaches I've heard who do it, and every time the older pro, and I know I'm not into that. It's horrible. He didn't dare say it to him. Yeah. He's got him, and he didn't dare say a word. But he's that. You know what I mean?
I remember Ian Millward doing it to me.
Oh, I didn't say it.
Yeah, Ian Millward.
You just said the one word, but a lot of it
did it to me. I was 17 at Cass, and I was on 18. Sorry, and I was dual reg at Lee, and I was training at Lee, and I was training at Cass in the day full time, and I was training at night with Lee, and I trained Monday night. Tuesday day, Tuesday night, Wednesday day, Thursday morning, Thursday night, and I remember texting the physio after the Thursday night session, saying, I've just finished at Lee. Can you have a look at my hamstring in the morning? I think I've done something bad to it. No reply. I thought, a bit weird that physio at Cass. Can't remember his name, but it was him. It was new staff who just brought it in, and. One of them, physio's number. Anytime you need me, give me a message.
Heard this story today.
So I was like, Friday morning, I drove to training, but my little Toyota Yaris, flying around motorway, I'm to 18-year-old, doing it every day. And by about $2,500 I was on at Cass. $2,500 for the year, full time. I was like, I remember driving to the stadium, had my breakfast in Millward, and the physio. Give me a finger, like, wow, here we go. What this will be about. Have I spelled something wrong? Have I sent it to the wrong person? Have I missed an appointment or whatever? Brought me in. You dare text my physio at 8 o'clock at night asking for treatment on your hamstrings? Who do you think? We've got 20-odd players here we look after. I just thought I was injured. Who do you think you are? Get out my office. Went for me big time. I was like, wow, like.
And what he's done there...
I was so scared as well. Yeah. I was so scared.
What they'd have done people like that as well, when it happens, is then that'll go out. You ready? Walking scenario. Hey, all first team round him. Hey, I've had to blow his legs. Who's he thinking? Straight away, then the ones who will love that. Yeah, who's he think he is? You're gone.
Yeah.
Ryan Brierley, rest in peace. See you later. Yeah. The minute he's done that and walked in round the group and gone, no chance. And I've seen it happen absolutely loads in the game, and I'm pleased that Paul don't like that. Certainly Rowan Smith's not like that. He's historically, but there's so many of the coaches do. There's a comfort in that, and having having not the young man. Hopefully, listen, hopefully, the youngers are a lot more confident. You'll find that they are a lot more confident. They are than probably you were. You've gone into that old school change rooms where people would tell you, I don't have a lot to say about my thingy, but I tried 3 clubs at football. And I had the worst experience all 3. I never got anything good out of anything. I was terrified.
Do you hear stories like you wouldn't even sit on, let's say Malcolm Alker at Salford. You wouldn't even sit on his pegs. You mean sat on his chair? You wouldn't have a seat. You'd be in the middle of the floor, sat on the floor. What?
Only time I didn't have words with Danny, but only times I ever pulled Danny up on something, and we went at it. We didn't go at it. He just had a different opinion. I hope he remembers it. This is Danny Maggs. Jordan Bolbinson got into Leeds first time, full training. Jordan's nervous, and Jordan at that time, he'd come back from New Zealand, he'd gone back. So a little bit of that. I think Mac had made sure everyone knew. Yeah. The back boys, him and Tonks. It's not, they've gone to New Zealand Warriors. They haven't made it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jordan's nerves were bad anyway. I can't remember. And you know what Mac's like. So he gets in, and Jordan rings me that night, and he said, "All right, Krieger, Jordan." And he said, "Oh, I'm going to tell you something." I said, "What?" He goes, "I've got into change rooms." He goes, and I put my thing down. He goes, and I'm sat there, and I didn't know what we're going off. He said, next thing you know, JP's walked in. I'm gone, "You're in my seat." Jordan's gone, "What seat?" He goes, "Don't say your seat." And he's not being funny.
Yeah, there's no...
Jordan's literally going.
Yeah, don't say JP.
He goes, no. 10, yeah. Now they've locked in. Everyone's gone quiet. So Jordan then knows if he backs off here, it's good night, Irene. If he goes for it, JP's can either knock him out or drag him in front of lads. And so Jordan's in. Can you imagine it? I can just see Jordan because he phoned me. Yeah. Big C, what do I do? He phoned me so I listened to him. I went, stop, rewind. Yeah. You've sat at a seat, then he tells me what's happened. I said, right then. Did anybody tell you not to sit in that seat? Has anybody in that change room said to you, "Jordan, be careful, JP"?
Yeah, JP will have you on that, yeah.
He goes, no. I said, you know what? And I've gone ballistic. Yeah. I've gone, that's not right. That's not right. If you've been told, if that's the way the tradition is, but if you haven't been told, that's bad. So anyway, I brings up, bang, Danny. Well, that's the way it is. No. Sometimes it doesn't matter. I goes, no, Danny, no, I'm not having that. That is not the way it is. It's the way it is if you tell them. If you put Jamie Peacock, World Star, MPE...
He won't sit there.
He won't sit there.
No, he won't sit there.
But if the kid's gone in and then I said, do you know how many times you've sat on your own in a change room? Danny, you're lucky you probably never had to trial since you were 14. Yeah. Believe me, son, I've done it. I've gone to clubs and been that intimidated with it. You are... I got a guy called... You won't remember your dad. Mick Bates played for Leeds United. A guy called Mick when they were in the 70s. Come to watch me play, so I'll take you to Leeds. Brings Billy Bremner. We're bringing him. I'm like, Dad, forget about Rovers and things, son. I'm on the way to Leeds, honestly. No, I tell this story, and I'm matching in palpitations now.
Anxiety,
Rings up. Dad says, you've got 4 weeks to get, so I bang every night. Bang. I'm a good footballer. I've got a good touch. I was electrically fast. I've got enough to go, I thought. Maybe like to bit a bottle. I won't go have a ball on Sunday. In them days, I didn't have that. So anyway, but I can play, and I can, and I'm semi, and I've the world's at my feet. Everything's there. I've gone to the replacing Murfield who used to sell Puma gear. I've got Puma SPA Kings, and you know what I mean. Everything's right. Turned up at Ellen Road. Mick took me in his car. Mick he wanted to be an insurance man, so Mick had a nice car. I probably a Merc 190. I'm sat there. We're on. My dad's nervous for me. Everyone. I get there. They had the training ground in the car park in them days. Oh, so the training ground where the ground is now, and there was a training ground on left. So he said, "Go get changed." So I goes in. No one says a word to me, right? I then pulls out. Imagine then I look like Chesney Hawkes in there, right? So I'm stood there, and I pulls out brand new SPA Kings. But I'm looking over, going,
"Yeah, we're on."
I think they've already judged me.
Yeah, done.
Who's done? I've done. I did. My Streetwise now tells me. It comes out. They put me into groups. Still, no one said out, and I'm like. I think one person said, "Hey mate, make sure you run to your..." Bang. Brenda comes out, he's too busy. He had a Mick Summit, his second right hand.
This one of you thought you...
So now
he's your man, isn't he? He's your man.
My confidence is now... No, Mick Bates, it was his assistant were called Bill or Mick. Anyway, he comes out. I've gone from a 10, I'm now at a 3. Yeah. I'm at a 3, right? I'm scuffing my boots because they're new, right? Yeah. I've gone from, and I can see that looking. Who's this kid? I think I come back from 6 months in Spain. Anyway, puts me in a drill, couple of header drills, this drill, that drill. I think it was Gary Speed to this day. I claim it's Gary's, but he probably won't. He's dropped me like a bag of canoe one-on-one. I didn't realise I'm the best head of a balls thingy. The play 2 touch have held me on because that was my game.
Yeah.
Bang. Anyway, we had a game at end. They started shoveling it in. Look, what I'm sorry is Mick comes to meet me. It's 3 o'clock, whatever it was. You know, Mick, how's it gone? I goes, probably worst day of my life.
Yeah.
I am traumatised. Yeah. He goes, well, they want you to come back. I got 3 days. Back 3rd day. Mick goes to me, look, you've been good, son, but leave your number. They blew me out. I went back to Dad and I said, you know what? I'm not bothered.
You hated it.
I'm pretty happy
that
people couldn't, not to treat you like that. And people said to me, do you know what they say old school? You just said it. Does you good. If you were tough enough, shut the are you kidding me? Tough enough? If they did that to my young lad now, I'd be like, I'd be like, right, no, it was totally done as the old school rugby is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't someone just come and say, here, we've heard about you. You scored it, come here.
Come sit with me.
Let's play. Hey, give him ball. Let's get him involved early.
He's good in.
He's good in.
Trust me, he's good.
We need him through. You know, coach has spent 20 minutes with me going, hey up, son. Honestly, I come away and I remember sat there thinking, it's just so hard.
Yeah. And I think the coach could have helped with that massively.
Loads.
Like, this is Craig.
Do you know how many players though, right? And I've sent to clubs and that's happened. So the reason I'm telling you a story, I had an experience of it that 30 years later I still find a bit like, oh my God. I have had hundreds of players who've gone to clubs and felt that cult, you know, that's why people have always said, why am I that an advocate of young players? I fought that for them.
Yeah, with you.
Sorry, we put off. Andrew Dixon, come on.
Andrew Dixon. Again, I think just epitomises what Rolls likes in a player. Trust, little things. He's obviously back rower, who we've known for a long time with Dicko. But people probably won't see that as like a blockbuster signing, but that's massive in Rolls' system. He's massive in Rolls' system. And again, at the end of the year, people probably won't say, oh, he's killed it. The players will. The players will know exactly what this man's done.
How many games, I'm going to challenge you, how many games Halliwell, Longstaff, Dixon, are you happy with? Your money ball, how many games? You wanted them to play 25 each? 10, no, 15, 10?
You'd go, I reckon Dicko will probably play 20 plus games, and you'd be happy with Ben and Ellis playing 10 plus each.
Got you, honest.
I think so.
That works in that system, doesn't it?
I don't know how much they're on, but I can kind of guess.
Yeah.
And you can go, that's about right. That's about right.
I get it.
But the model, that model of them three there, the 3 back rowers, allows you to get your Ollie Partington, your blockbuster in, doesn't it?
You've got it.
That allows that. And as long as these are good lads, as long as they're good lads and they don't mind, I'll tell you what, you've got Easter weekend, you're not going to play this weekend. Sweet.
Which Dixon and Halliwell will accept straight away. Right. Young Ellis will do if Rolls educates him and says, look, there's a plan.
But I'll tell you what, if Ellis goes and kills it, he'll keep him in as well. Playing until he don't kill it.
Well, he'd love that, Ellis. That'd be his.
And that's Rolls' biggest thing is clarity and transparency. So the clarity of, no, you played well, you're in. You didn't play well, you're out.
I like it.
So listen, your older players get a bit more leeway, don't they?
Of course they do.
Roddy Croft, if he had one bad game, he ain't getting drops.
It's the right to have a couple of shockers.
But I also think on the flip side as well, what Ellis can look at, and you Ben Halliwell, you can go, I play well, I stay in.
Yeah.
There's never ever been. Well, my game against Leeds last season against Leeds, Dan Sargentson played the week before against Saints, killed it. I was playing really well before it, but I got knocked out, so I couldn't play that week.
Remember it all.
And Dan Sargent killed it, brilliant. And he said to me, I have to keep him in.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's it.
What can I say to that?
No. You just say, when I get my chance again, I'll show him what I can do.
And then he went, you're in.
You're in.
So I think as a coach, this won't go on for you. You speak to him every day. Does that not make your job easy as a coach? Rather than go, I'm going to have to drop it. I'm going to have to, it's be tough. I'm going to avoid this phone call. I'm going to avoid this. I'm going to avoid this. No. You played crap, so you're not in. You played good, you're in.
There's 2 ways to look at it. If you're a player, right? And anything I've ever done, if I think I'm playing and I'm not feeling insecure, I'm good. That's what makes it. But that's me having an honest talk to a coach. Listen, just to let you know, so I'm not saying I had to play every week, but I'm not brilliant at the insecurity. I like toffee. I like
don't play the game with me. Don't play the game with me.
Don't play the game. And when I am playing, you know, I don't want to. Worst thing as a kid, I don't know if you remember when you played. I used to. You see.
Yeah.
You were trying to hide behind your mate, weren't you?
Don't want you bring.
I was that good with Pillock. I'd be like, mate, he's having a shock. I'd drop. You'd do out, wouldn't you?
Because you know what, coaches are really bad for this. And I know a lot watch this show, but just from a player's point of view, and coaches might like it because it's that element of control, what they like. But you know when, let's say you're playing on a Sunday and Monday comes, you have your review. Thursday, Friday training. Game's on Sunday, by the way, so get Thursday, Friday. Ryan, just swap in there for other lad. So other lad comes in. We didn't swap him in last week, so I coming in it. It's coming. You know what? You can feel it coming. You're getting dropped, but they don't say it. So I'm like, so then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm on pins me. I'm like, I've been dropped. So I've been stressed out for 3 days. Saturday morning comes. Ryan, can I have a minute? I'm not going to go with this week, blah, blah. Well, you knew that on Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, put me out.
Just say it then.
Yeah.
Or even so, after the game on Monday, say, listen, bit of shocker, didn't you?
Yeah.
I can't go with you this week.
Yeah.
Because then, at least that backup or the next guy coming, he gets a full week train. Because he's in the same boat, isn't he? He does, or he goes to his home, to his missus and his kids. He's playing this week. Well, he swapped me in today, but I don't know. Why do we not?
You can't give me one good reasons why a coach would do that.
Yeah, this is my argument. What changes? So from that Wednesday session when I've been swapped in and he knows. Yeah. Let's say for example, Mikey Lewis, a young up and coming star. Mikey Lewis comes in for training on the Wednesday. Swap him with Ryan. Blah blah. What changes from then till the Sunday?
Nothing. Coach's ego sat in a coach's room like this.
That's all it is.
He already knows.
That's all it is.
Let's see how Brierley takes it. So,
let's play with him.
And then you get the assistants who come in who usually don't face up anybody, so they'll go. Instead of saying, nah, just tell him because I know how Ryan is as a person. Yeah. Me, I'm saying, I know Ryan is. Put him out of his music.
Tell him now.
And tell him to enjoy his week.
Yeah.
But come back next week even stronger. But this week he's tackled back. It's the way it is, Ryan. Smack your face up. Let's get on with
it. And don't give me. Listen, if you improve this, improve that, you'll be back in. No, don't give me that. Don't give me that. Because what I need is when you get your chance,
they reckon Bennett is the best they've ever seen it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories on that.
Everybody said the same thing. The one thing he had, we heard he didn't coach a lot. We heard all these things we got. One thing they never said was he just delivered it as quick and fast.
Done.
You know, I love the one, and I've looked. You can ask Callum this. Somebody told me one of the England ones. He said to Callum, and Callum's like big star at Leeds. And Bennett's gone. Don't bring none of that Leeds stuff here. Callum's gone like looked at me. He's gone. When you go for a ball, go for it. Don't just play a tip. Yeah. You go and make it yours. All right, boom. Sam Burgess, come here, Sam. Back in front of everybody, boom. And as to Gailey, with that set up, like to take out 2 or 3 at biggest names, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And use them as the pivot to others. I don't think so with Bentos. I think it would just
that's as straight as it is.
And I said, you know what? That's exactly transparency. It's exactly. I didn't mention the coach. Even when you're talking, I've got a coach in my head and I'm like, oh God, I've heard 50 stories about exactly what you're doing there. 50 stories of playing that game, and it must just be so they can go on.
Great. I've been in teams in the past where the game is on the Sunday. We could finish training on a Saturday and he's still not named his team.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
So, this is my argument. When you finish training on that Saturday, the players are doing nothing until the game on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So what changes their mind?
Nothing.
They know. So why did they not tell you?
Because I think
it's mad, isn't it?
Do you know, like,
it's mad.
Do you know, like, making your job harder than it is?
Yeah.
So coaches say, has he done enough, guys? Hey.
Why?
Hey, Brace, has he done enough?
Yeah.
And you go, hey, boss. And I go, hey, Sam, do you think he's done it? He's already made his mind up. You know what's going to happen. Because they've all got quite big egos to do that. They're like delivering.
But you know, in lads group chat, what's this man on about?
Do you know my job for assistant coach? I did it for 8 years.
Yeah.
Full time. 8 years I did it. One of the best jobs I ever had. John Reed was my coach, and I would happily in number 2. Happily. I didn't play football, just loved it. If Reed had made his mind up on Monday, I used to spend till like Wednesday trying to persuade him I'd have a right go with him.
Yeah.
So I said to John, leave me that window to put my case. So if I favoured Ryan to another player, I used to go, read it. Well,
let me have me.
For
me,
that's why you do it. That's the only way you do it. Is if we've got till Thursday. You know what I mean? And to change my mind, let's see what he does in training. Let's see what his attitude's like. Let's see how he's come out of his hamstring fitness. And also, I want my coach just to challenge me. I want you to tell me why Ryan. You get me?
Put your case across.
Yeah. It doesn't happen a lot, does it? The transparency of that doesn't.
I remember one of the teams. I won't say the team, but one of the teams I was at in the past. I remember speaking to the conditioner for years down the line. He said, he said the coach used to make him, the assistant, the conditioner and the physio pick what their team would be.
I know.
What's physio got?
Exactly.
So if physio doesn't like me, he don't pick me, and it goes 2-1.
You'll know it.
You just like.
Or what the S&C usually like? They usually like the lad who just.
Fitness freak.
Who does everything.
Can't catch a ball.
Okay, you've got it.
I'm just like.
I got told last year. I got a top club tell me last year that he can add talent. I told him that, and he mentioned this name. I said, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Stats man." I said, "No. He can tell you how many times he's run. He can't see a player, kid. I know. I've done it for that long now. There's no way you can. There's no way on this earth." In fact, he's gonna damage me. If he gives me the stats I want, I love him. If he overkegs me, I'm gonna change my mind on this kid. Just only give me so much. Do you get me? I teach Joe it now. I said, when you're going out, you're looking. Get some facts. We try and get facts on a player, and they'll say, "Have you got this right?" But lads are a good one. Hey, what do you think of him? Brilliant. The lad's usually brilliant, unless he's one of the mates. You just talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's class.
It's class. Mate, you what?
I do it. Brilliant. Mega. You'd be lucky to have him.
I always have a laugh about Sam Burgess, and I always say, I can always imagine Sam, and if you know Sam, like I knew Sam very well when we were younger. I don't know Sam now. I don't see him enough for family. I loved him. But like Sam, somebody'd say, "Oh, what do you think to him?" They'd say, "Yeah, I've rang Sam," and I used to laugh because if I know Sam, I'd go, "It's class son."
Yeah.
With a lad with blonde hair, what he called Clark.
Yeah.
Probably got about 160 at Warrington, and thinking goes, "Yeah, we rang Sam." I went, "Sam's loyal to them lads." The first thing, and I've had it about 8 times. So Sam said, I said, "Yeah."
But I'd say now, I'd put my mortgage on it. Rolls never recruits a player through stats.
No.
Never.
No chance.
If I said that to him, yeah, Roll, he makes 140 metres, he'd go,
Kidding.
You what?
It's like that's doing
Nice one. He would. But I suppose there's a bit of it in the money ball, isn't there? The stats.
You've got to get it right, Bob. Because you're looking at what you're doing there, and I'm looking on your left-hand side. So if I got asked to praise your team, which I sometimes do get asked to look at squads, I'm looking there. I've got Ollie Partridge coming in, fantastic pedigree, young man, perfect signing. If you hadn't paid Ollie above 110, 120, you're well in. Sam Stone, everyone loves Sam Stone, so hopefully he is what you'd call a Moneyball championship to thing, played at a good level.
Yeah.
I'd have gone for Sidlow 2 years ago. I did tell OK, I rang you.
Yeah, I remember you told me, yeah.
Elliwell's been a Moneyball player for thingies. Ellis, different dream, young lad, looks like he's got everything. Don't like that he was at Wigan. So he's gone Wigan, Warrington, Hull. Now he's here. He's got to find his own. I've been saying to Ellis, you find your own. If you're here for the next 3 years, we love you. You can't afford too many of them, kid. Because after 6 clubs, you're either something's wrong. You know what I mean?
And he's only young as well.
He's only young, so you got to be careful how you do that. Dicko, another one. Absolutely love it. It's culture. We've got outs, and I'm appraising you here. Greg Burke.
So with Greg, you got to think Rolls give him the number 10 shirt. So I think Rolls wanted.
Was he okay?
Yeah. Rolls wanted a player out. You got to think, and this is where you become a victim of circumstance, in my opinion. The way Rolls plays, all about shifting the ball, shift. You got to be mobile and dynamic with your. I've kind of made this comparison with our ins and outs before I came on. I think that the players what Rolls has recruited are athletically better for his style.
Yes.
Whereas the players who are out, I think they would be more suited to different clubs.
Yeah, got it.
A Watto, Huddersfield, where there's not a lot of ball being thrown about. But the direct, the process, they know the game. So
I with that word process.
So a lot of rugby sense.
Yeah, I've got it.
We wanted more athleticism, more, and what I will say is more versatility. If you think about these, prop can play loose, back row, centre, prop, back row, centre, wherever you want him, back row, wherever you want him.
Yeah.
So I think, and that's with the game being so quick. He wants Rolls's what do you call it? Recruitment strategy. Sorry, wants more better athletes. Wants better athletically gifted people.
So you're saying Jack Wells?
Same as Burkey.
Same Burkey. I get it.
If you think about it, and you know what, them two mentally so smart rugby players. Such smart rugby players. Next man. Harvey Levette. So smart.
Probably the smartest, isn't he?
So I believe in our system, back row is the hardest position to play. In the way we play.
Did he play Harvey at back row?
Yeah. It's the hardest position to play. You need the most energy, fit.
Go on, keep going. Well, I'm gonna let's just say that's the swap.
Yeah.
I'd say L will come cheaper than half.
Yeah.
You're right, we've just said so. His attributes as a player, Ellis Longstaff, bit opposite of Harvey.
Suits Rolls' system more. Energy.
I get it.
Younger. And
he can tackle. And
bang in your face. Fly. He'll just fly around, won't he? Like a maniac. So, in terms of system and model, that's the perfect swap.
I love it. Yeah, I get it.
Perfect swap. But flip this round to Ian Watson, and you go in. We need to score more tries. We need more football. Perfect swap.
Harvey can play in the sixpence.
Yeah. So
scores tries.
Likewise, Greg Burke, Jack Wells.
Get it.
They've got their football with Tui, haven't they? Tui, Jake Connor, and they've got their athleticism with.
Do you think I think with Harvey, is he trying to put a bit more football into this field?
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you've got a Jake Connor, you've got an Harvey Levette, you've got a Tui Lee. One thing you're going to say is we're going to play some football.
Well, you'd arguably say that goes against Watson's recruitment strategy.
Which is why it's
changing
the last
5 years.
We said it. Yeah. So he's going to be changing, hasn't he?
Which is exciting. It's brilliant if they get that. But that for what suits one team doesn't suit the other.
Does he sit in there? Because why has he had so many clubs?
Harvey Levette.
No, Sitter.
Oh, Sitter.
Not so many clubs. Let me take that back. He looks the part.
Yeah,
what am I missing?
Yeah. And there's another one for you.
It's hard for you to give it. So I know it's your baits. And
no. Again, I believe in a. Let me say back in the Bradford Bulls days when there was carnage.
Yeah.
Massive.
Paul Anderson, Brian McDermott, Stuart Fielden.
He'd have been a dream.
Got you.
Absolute wrecking ball. But is he going to give you 50, 60 minutes of concentration, ball playing?
2-6 against his seaters off. See you later, son. It's been great. Yeah, got it.
Again, the rule kills some players.
Yeah.
And that, I think, if you actually look at it, apart from Morgan, because we had 3 fullbacks in the club, me, Morgan, and Dan Tidenson. So apart from Morgan, athletically, the 4, Greg Burke, Jack Wells, Harvey Levette, Sitakwa, into what we've got are completely different.
You can see it.
Like, as an athlete, so forget as a rugby player.
You're playing tag, left-hand side beats right.
Yeah. But that's because the game's gone like that.
Of course, yes. I get it.
And I'm looking at them that on the outside. I'm going
contact against mobility.
Yeah,
you get me.
But some clubs are not like that. Some clubs are going contact over mobility. Catalan.
Powley, really?
Yeah.
Powley's gone back old school.
Look how big they are.
Big,
top heavy, boom. So that's and what I will say, what is good is. And you're like this in terms of Rolls' philosophy. The way Rolls plays, the way he wants to play, his strategy, his philosophy matches his recruitment.
Got to do.
And there's not a lot like that, though, is there?
No,
there's not.
You know my feelings on that.
I've always said
me, director of football, coach. You trust each other. Rolls says to me, "This is what I want to play."
That's my profile of player.
Rolls, sit down, son.
Yeah.
Get on with your job. I'll deliver it all.
And just to put a bit more detail on it, So Harvey Levett might give you 20 try assists. But Andrew Dixon, Ellis Longstaff, Ben Hillel, when I catch the ball from a kick and I get tackled and we need to play at you from play one, they'll be back.
Of course.
They'll be back on play one.
Yeah.
Harvey won't.
No.
He'll wait for
it, wouldn't he?
And that's fine. Yeah.
Harvey be there at third, wouldn't he?
Yeah. And you know what? In NRL, they're not back till third.
And this is the big challenge for Harvey, is that Watto's gone. Forget about what they've been doing. I think he's going to be thinking he can get Harvey back to what, that. I can get Harvey coming back on first, hungry, slim, ready to roll. And if I can keep that with his football ability and his nous, which is top level. Top level.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know when I first seen Harvey, I ID'd him. Got given a tape. He's playing against Winters for Warrington. I've only seen 2 players do this. George Key and him. He grubbered the goal kick, the kick off. But he didn't do what George did and dived on it. He flicked it up and beat every player on park. I'm on about every single play. He went bang, 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 come to full back, just dissed him. He's got ball, his 16-year-old got ball in one hand, puts it down, puts hand in air. I runs round to Richie Mathers. It's true story. Richie, I remember. I said, Richie, I says, I'm not. That's Michael Owen at 16, main Rooney. It's Harvey Levett. Yeah. I often think a bit like, I shouldn't say a bit like Jake, because me and Jake are in a talk. When I push a player like Harvey and say things about him on this programmes or to his face, I think you're only saying to help him. Harvey Levett should be the best. He should be every bit as good as Elliot Whitehead.
I agree.
You look at Elliot Whitehead in the day, the L used to have a couple of fags, and all this. But he's ended up playing all around the world, one of the best back rowers in the world. Harvey had everything. And so when we say things, it's to push Harvey to be.
Yeah.
Do you know how simple I used to ID? I'd said to him like Harvey.
Because he's that good.
He's that good.
Seen
it?
Like,
cut out pass from back row, bang, hands,
kick, like,
hands.
You can't. Them players. Reverse. Them players. When they're on, they're actually unplayable. You can't defend against that.
That hat-trick he scored at Leeds, I said to you, it was just
he's going to kick it. He's going to pass it. He's going to run.
Unbelievable.
As a back rower.
Unbelievable.
It's madness.
But again, we don't want to be talking about him at 35, saying we felt we never got the best of him. We felt we never got the best of him. That's the one thing Dad said to me as a person. Don't be set at parcel. Don't be barman.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad, he said, 40-year-old son, where did it all go wrong? I could have been one of Richie's bloke. I could have done this. I could have done that. He goes, don't become a coulda. You cannot become that person. Yeah. He said, I could take you 50 stories. That's why we always push the people like Jake and, let's make them be as good as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Jake on. Jake's still young enough to be best player in the world. You look at it, you think he could be the best player in the world. If Jake can get fully tuned up, fully on, never mind 6, never mind centre. I like him at centre. 6, full back. You've got a kid who could, and what you'll get is the Matty Pete's of this world. And it might really say, yeah, but they can't get that, that's why. You're not getting it. You'll get Bastien would say it. Bastien would say, they can't get it. It's impossible, son. I'm probably fighting something that would say, well, we can. I got told you could never defend. I got told off everybody. I got told you'll never get Ryan to chime into a, close to the line and get a tackle. You won't get Ryan to tackle. You won't get Ryan to come back on a retreat and take a ball. And well, last year I saw you take loads of balls in. I saw you take loads of contact balls. Now we're laughing because I actually like to see him get beat up. I actually were laughing to be sitting and saying, yes, you can do anything you want. You should be a shining example to Harvey and to everybody in saying you never give up on your dream. You never give up on people telling you didn't have things. You just improve the things that you didn't have and you've maintained the good things that you have. You become tougher as you get older and you've just said some things about your early doors in that cast changing rooms and what models you into that person. Fucking hell, you do what you did, then go to Lee where you're scoring 40 tries with hanging hair and you're doing this. You could put your DNA and go, God, I know why I've ended up here.
Yeah.
I know why I've ended up, and it took me we always talk about it, KR, to get you really, your bottom dollar, your lowest money ever. You sat there, you're not playing regular, you're sat in a flat in old KR, and you start to become, for me, in my opinion, I've always said it to you, better player. You then league back to Leigh, then Salford. Unbelievable story. It's a story on its own. But I'd like to say to Harvey, and I'd like to say to a load of players who've got that talent, like, you know what I mean? We should be encouraging. Of course you can do it.
Yeah. I'm especially on the Jake Connell. I'm with you. What we spoke about the other day. That I felt a bit sorry for him at all, and it was all based. Oh, just give Jake the ball. Yeah. Just give Jake the ball. He'll come up with something. I bet imagine how much time when he actually had the ball going. I've got to set something up.
Yeah.
Because so if you think about this, Jake Connor got 34, 35 try assists.
Yes.
Didn't even make playoffs.
Yeah.
What's the point in that?
Agreed.
I ask you now, if you tend to me, I'll tell you what, Jake, you don't have to do half as much, but you'll be in playoffs next year.
But I'm going to challenge you though. Can I get Jake Connor? And again, Jake Quinn. Can I get Jake Connor to get 20 extra efforts? What's them scorecards for extra efforts? What's it called?
The sacrificial acts type thing.
Can I get Jake to be that?
You personally?
Not me. We'll try. We'll try when it comes.
But
if somebody got Jake to do that and add on to that,
the person who does that is massive. So the coach, because I can tell you which coaches wouldn't get that out of him.
Yeah.
But I can tell you which coaches would.
I like it.
And I think he's under one.
Yeah.
Who, if he can't do it, I don't think many can.
Got you.
Because I think Jake can be the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's that good.
Yeah.
And that you mentioned on another show, that game where he played against Leeds this year.
Oh.
Never seen anything like that.
I
actually texted him saying, "Wow."
Yeah.
So a professional player texted another professional player going, "Wow," and he just laughed.
But I'm going to test Jake out here when he comes on show. I want you to text Jake to say, I love what you're doing in defence.
With you.
And I love what you're doing. And listen,
yeah.
I love the fact is, what's the greatest line when anybody used to play football, Cantona, what did he call Deschamps? Famous thing. He said, Deschamps World Cup when you get to it, it's Deschamps carries water. Fucking hell, double World Cup. He's a water carrier. He called him a water carrier. I'm the player. I make dreams happen. I'd love that, but I also think, even with the best talents you've ever seen, if he can work a bit of that other stuff into his game on top of that talent, we're all with Jake. You know, England. We're all at England going, come on.
Yeah.
You know, we if we can get a little bit more of that.
My thing is, especially the defensive stuff with Jake, where he might not get to a kick or whatever it may be, positional play, whatever it may be. Who's telling him he has to do that? Because 2 years ago, I didn't kick chase.
No.
So now I get told, I get hammered if I don't do it. And this is where the system, whatever system you have, obviously, our defensive system relies so heavily on not to blow me on me getting it right. If I get it wrong, we concede. Yeah. Because it's that stubborn. Yeah. And there's no grey area. Yeah. If Ryan hasn't done,
we don't call.
If I don't get it right, and if I'm not in the right position for a kick, and if I've not covered someone's arse on the back, everyone knows whose fault it is. Yeah. It's mine. Yeah. And I kind of like that. I like it. I kind of like the pressure. So if a kick goes through, and I'm not near it, and they score, I know what's coming in video.
Got it.
I know it's me. If that try gets scored against Hull FC last year, are they going for Jake or not? Because is it Jake's responsibility or is it winger? Or is it
I think what you're saying there is bigger than that.
I'm not trying to cover up for him, by the way.
No, I like it. You're saying. I hope you're saying this. Brett Hodgson and his staff, would they dare challenge Jake to do the other stuff? I don't think they would.
No,
I think you're right. Point. Jake's probably stood there, but I'm doing exactly what they're telling me.
What else can we do?
We don't want you involved in all that. We just want you there. We want you to be effective in attack.
Just give me 35 try assists.
Give me 35. Now, if your playbook is different, and if you look at Jake next year, let's say Jake plays half next year. One of the things you're going to do with Jake playing half is this is easily what they're going to do. Spot Jake up, work him over. He'll either headshot you, he'll be grubby, but he'll come off. You keep going at him, he'll come off. He can't make 20 tackles at half or 15, so he's going to need a back rower who's going to have a bent back doing 30 tackles, and he needs a centre either side. Yeah. That's how they'll talk. You know it. Rolls.
Yeah.
I bet you now. Oh, we're playing Huddersfield. Let's go there. Let's go right there. Yeah. Ryan, when you're coming out swing, I want you to come here. Jake won't laterally move. So I always think when a player knows that, if the coach is any good, for me, he should be saying, Jake, do you understand what the team talk this minute is in Paul Rowley stadiums? Who do you think is circling at Huddersfield? Who do you have a look, Jake? Who do you think? Yeah. Probably you. Probably lower here. Yeah. You two are going to get spotted. I know it's easy to say half, but probably.
Yeah, it's the go-to, innit? Yeah.
The go-to. But them two, you'd go for, wouldn't you? Let's be honest. You'd go, right, let's have a pop at these two. Let's have a look at what they are. Let's see if they can. Yeah. I think that needs to be installed all week. That's where they're going.
I always... My biggest weakness is kick returns. Yeah. So I always feel like I'm 80 kilo.
And they're working on that. They don't want your wingers to get ball up. They don't want Ryan to get it.
They want me to get it. So, and I know that's coming. And Rolls is really good in the fact that he goes, listen, you know they're coming for you.
Yeah.
You know it. You know. So I've had to work on a lot of stuff to not let me get picked up. Yeah. Because I'm light. So like they go, pick him up. I remember the first time I was at fullback, I went, dead upright, they picked me up, threw me in Rose head. Yeah. Drop out, all middles are going. Yeah. Are you serious? So like, and also recruitment wise, I know coaches wouldn't recruit me because they might expect their fullback to make 200 metres a game. Yeah. Yardage, carry. I'm not that. No. Honestly, that ain't me. So, but I always bring it down to the coach and why I speak so highly of Rosie. He'll come to me in the week going, we're playing Catalan this week, Cassiano's going to try and pick you up and put you up. So if you can't find Kenny, if you can't find Budgie and we're setting an attack off, you hit the floor as soon as you can and play it.
Or try and get a little footwork, a little angle.
And play the ball as quick as you can. Yeah. Your man, is Brett Hodgson saying that to Jake? Is Brett Hodgson saying, no, Jake, if any kick comes through that line, that is your job. Yeah. Because you can't blame Jake then. No. Jake's like, I'm doing everything you want me to.
Exactly. And, I like it.
And you know what? Sometimes in different system, the kick isn't the fullback's responsibility. Yeah. It's they go, no, winger, you got to get that.
Back three, innit?
Or no, Jake's set that tribe. He's been on that shift, Yep. No, he's not going back chasing that. Yeah. And the system will always have flaws in always, and again, without giving too much away, I know our system's flaws, and I know how to cover it up. Whereas the coach also knows the flaws and helps us fix it. Because he goes, you're going to be in that position. This is how you can fix it. I'll give you this leeway, but I'm not giving you that. Do you know what I mean?
That is coaching. What you've just said, and management is coaching.
This is not rocket science. This is just normal stuff, innit?
Give me the answer to the problem. Yeah. I'm the doctor. Ryan, you've got this. Craig, you're a bit overweight at the moment. Cut the pies out. You know what I mean? Hey, give me the answer. Give me a diet. And I think a lot of times people talk about psychological coaches. I'd be their worst nightmare. For me, all that would be too much for me. I'd be like, mate, just tell me.
The two things I'll always go back to with roles is, and you like this one. So every year you when you go to your first day train or whenever they announce squad numbers, every coach bar roles. Lads, here squad numbers. Here, don't worry about them. Listen, just a number.
Every time it kills me.
Don't worry about it. Any problem? Nah, listen. Come in my office. Yeah.
Hey, come. Jamie Peacock wants 428.
Yeah. Why does that matter? Roles. You like as well. First day goes, listen, squad numbers are on wall. Every coach will tell you not to read into them. I'm telling you to read into them. That's me starting 13. and he went, if you're good enough getting it, fair enough. You then.
That's my starting team.
You get in it. And
wow.
People knocking on his door. and the other one is when you go on to field and you start doing some 13 stuff. Every other coach, just put any 13 in. Any 13, just go on, put yourself in. You got 6 halfbacks. Remember, happened at OKR. Me, Jordan Abdul, Joe Keys, Ron Wills,
Michael Lewis,
Jamie Ellis.
Maybe Ellis.
I'm going. I mean, everyone, I was looking at each other.
And Tony's been like that. Let's see who's got the most.
Let's see who makes the call. But lads don't need to prove how tough they are.
Exactly.
Lads just want an easy life.
100%.
So, first day preseason, Paul Rowley, named starting 3, went, yeah, they'll say don't read into it, but that's been starting 30th first game. So if you can swap in, and you'll have to prove to me over the next 6 weeks why you're getting that team.
Perfect, isn't it?
What can you say to that?
Ryan, I can't say anything.
What can any player say? What can a player say to that?
Listen, don't me tell you what you've done today. Whether you Paul Rowley's agent, I'm gonna make it like this because he's telling us off, Sam. We've got Morgan Escare now, by the way, been a fantastic thing. But looking at what you've told us today, which is unbelievable insight, and I hope people really, I've enjoyed you being here. Is Paul's all over this. I've never known a player have as much trust in a coach as what you're doing. I have. The Cast 17 side, Paolo, that was just every 2 minutes. Macca, we'll see what it were that type of thing. But that what you've done today, and an insight into Paul's. I'm going to put the best signing at Salford has been Paul Rowley. I'm probably going to look at Paul, if he's what you're saying, and it sounds like he is, and he's got that lovely blend of being a coach and what you said, very transparent manager. It's all got what I've always thought about Paul. He's got some spite in him. I've seen it. I've seen it when he's that way out. Sure, I can remember me and you getting trolled on Twitter when you were going to leave Lee, and somebody said to me, you goes, and I made a couple of phone calls and said, oh yeah, that'll be lads, that'll be coaching staff there that put boot into you. Let's test him. Test him. I saw his attitude at Leeds when he challenged half of Leeds and didn't give a monkeys. You know when he did it with Leeds, I always remember thinking, can you imagine Brian Mack walking past Rolls and thinking, if Mack had probably thought, Rolls, I'll put you, you know what I mean? Where Rolls didn't give a monkeys. No. He's actually challenged him, challenged all Leeds, said they're not, I've looked, best one I heard what he did was, I've looked at what they do and I don't think they've got no shape. They've got 5 grand files and he goes, I'm looking at what they do. It were genius. He would actually come and then he's having to walk past. I can imagine Rolls sticking under a Mac after game and Mac thinking, you know it, he'll know it, they both know it. There wouldn't have been a lot of love around that time at all, and respect. But it seems to me you're going more utility, you're going more pace, you're going more. It's a different bird. Yeah. You've looked at what you've got and you've thought, we need to move them out. This is how the modern games work. You're a moving club. You're an evolving club, and that's what's scary for you. And
the biggest, the scariest thing for Salford and me is losing that best signing. What you just said, Paul Rowley. I think the issue what Salford will have will be keeping hold of him. Yeah. Because what he's given that club, and people don't see, don't know the probably behind what I've just told you, and the stuff what we probably can't say, but his value to that club is unmatched with anybody they've ever had. And my biggest, not fear, because I'd love him to get it, but potentially England job.
He's always needed just a good Asian. Rolls has only missed one thing, son.
It's scary the man because he's in that conversation now, isn't he?
Everybody.
And listen,
him and Watto get mentioned by me a lot. Yeah. When Wayne went with everything, and they'd say, "Oh, somebody like Paul Rowley, somebody like Ian Watson." He's definitely in the thing, and he's also, like he said, is he again? Please, he'll be having it. But please, he'll be that wine will be going down quicker than a. Is it time that Paul? If Paul did go to a Saints, if Paul did go to a, I'm saying this respectfully, Wigan, Leeds, Warrington, would he deliver trophies? Would he be the man to deliver the major trophies? Because like I said, what you're saying here is, and I said this, John Bastian, I'll say it again. The one person, John Bastian, a lot. I don't know how he knows it. You know what? I don't even know if he knows Paul. I'd love to ask Paul, does he know John? No. All the time. He can coach. Craig, you can coach him, Hey, I'd go for it if I were England. Yeah. I'd have a little look at that Rowley. Always popping it at me.
I've been looking, and Salford have been lucky. We've kind of kept it on the undercurrent a little bit, but he's too big now. He's too big. He's stock. His stock is too high, and
Well, his recreation of Watkins, his recreation, and I'm on about.
When you talk about coaching,
Andy Ackers.
Wow.
You know, he's taking Ackers from that Toronto player. I'm not saying Ackers would think, but all of a sudden putting Ackers. Sneedy. It's been great, Mark. See you later. Wow, England. See you later. Gailey's gone. Gailey's gone from Cass, took Sneedy's place, right? This is how it works. Yeah. Hey, Sneedy, fee, get your centre ball, son. Powley wanted. No doubt, Gailey. Yeah. Gailey. Driving in, see Sneedy on way out to us. Same thing as Cass. Yeah, he's gone to game.
And all the thinking, we've nailed it. We've nailed it here.
Sneedy, fans have turned on Sneedy a lot, and then all of a sudden he tells you stories, doesn't he? Yeah. He told Gailey, I think his last word to Gailey was, "Good luck with it."
Wait, turn your phone off.
He's drove off. So then he's gone and he's re-judged. He said, "It is sensational what he's doing." Joe Burgess. I watched him last year and I'm thinking, do you know what, right? Joe Burgess was the player I thought would be a 15-year England player. When I first saw Joe at Wigan as a kid, before he went to Roosters, I never even thought for 1 minute, a 6'3", 10.8, tough, carry, defence, hands. I thought Ryan Hall and Jermaine, this is the heir apparent to the kingdom of everything. You know, this is whatever happened in that 7-year period. I watched him last year and I'm like, he's back.
Freak.
He's back. Freak. He has got an history, Paul, of doing that and doing that and doing that.
It's so funny that the players you mentioned, even Joe and Roll like that with each other.
Are they?
Arm round him, yeah.
I can see it. I can
shows,
see it.
Because
he's done. The smut he must have there. You're right. He's done smut there with his staff. They've done smut there. We're mentioning the players. You know, you look at it, must be exciting for young Ellis to go into there now thinking, can he make me into a regular Super League player? Can I become that player? Sam Stone, Ollie Partington, he's probably perfect for roles at this time, isn't he?
Loves him. Oh. And a bit of that
we're going to get rid of
spiteness and Roll's like, here we go, I've got you.
Here we go.
You do what you want. Like,
I love it.
Mix it up. Go and mix it up.
It does. Right, I listen to Salford fans from Rugby League. Big thanks to Ryan. I hope you enjoyed that. I thoroughly did. We've got an insight into everything that's going off at Salford from ins and outs. We've got an insight into how the club works. Ryan's played it safe by saying if you avoid relegation this year, but inside he's saying to me, because at the same time as saying that, he's actually said we could win the Super League title. So there's a bit of distance in between me and Ryan. But thank you very much. It's been a pleasure today. Thank you.